Meralco has been experiencing short-term weakness recently. Ano bang nangyari sa Meralco? May problema ba sa company? May iba naman nag-speculate ng kung ano-anong possible issues. One thing investors need to understand is this. If stock price goes down, it does not automatically mean na biglang pumangit ang business. Sometimes stocks go down because of temporary selling pressure, profit taking, or market corrections. Normal lang for stocks to experience pullbacks or price corrections, especially after strong runs. Pag bumaba ang share price, it does not automatically mean na merong major problem agad sa company. Pag wala namang issue sa fundamentals ng company, I view temporary selling pressure as a buying opportunity. So, bakit bumaba ang share price ng Meralco? One key driver is the MSCI rebalancing. The MSCI index is followed by foreign funds and ETFs around the world. Medyo malaki ang decrease sa weight ng Meralco at 2.28%. Kapag na-downweight ang isang stock sa MSCI index, funds that track the index usually reduce their holdings to realign their portfolios. This creates temporary selling pressure on the stock which can lead to increased volatility. June 1st ang effectivity date ng MSCI rebalancing. So many fund managers typically adjust their position several days before the effectivity date up to the final trading day prior to effectivity date. But this does not mean na merong issue ang Meralco. In many cases, MSCI rebalancing is more technical than fundamental. The stock price movement is just one part of the story. So kung gusto nating maintindihan whether there's an issue with Meralco, kailangan nating tignan ang fundamentals ng company. If we look at the business segments ng Meralco, makikita natin that Meralco has already evolved into a diversified energy group. Under the power segment, meron silang electricity distribution through Meralco, Clark Electric, and Shin Clark Power. Meron ding power generation and retail electricity supply or RES. So hindi lang sila simpleng distributor ng kuryente. Through MGen and its subsidiaries, Meralco has exposure to power plants, LNG, renewable energy, and large-scale solar projects. They also have businesses involved in retail electricity supply through Empower, MGen RES, and other subsidiaries. So, aside from power, meron din silang other services segments. First, let's break down Meralco's first quarter 2026 results. Sa first quarter ng 2026, consolidated revenues increased by 5% year-on-year to 120.8 billion pesos from 114.5 billion pesos. The increase was mainly driven by higher pass-through generation and transmission charges and stronger revenue contributions from MGen. Despite softer performance from the traditional distribution business with 2% decrease in energy sold, overall revenues still increased because other segments, particularly power generation, helped offset the weakness. Other services revenue also grew by 12%. According to Meralco, the decline in sales volume for the first quarter of 2026 was mainly due to cooler conditions compared with warmer conditions sa first quarter last year. Sa revenue breakdown, the power segment contributed 95.8% of total revenues, while other services naman contributed 4.8%. Meralco's net earnings attributable to shareholders increased by 4% year-on-year to 10.8 billion pesos from 10.45 billion pesos. Earnings growth was primarily driven by stronger contribution from the power generation segment, mainly driven by full capacity operation ng LNGPH and its Batangas LNG and Power Facility, where MGen now owns a 40.2% stake. Sa revenue and earnings history, consistently growing ang revenue and net earnings ng Meralco over the past 10 years. Meralco's revenue grew from 258 billion noong 2015 to 497 billion in 2025 with a 10-year compound annual growth rate of 6.8%. Over the last 3 years, revenue grew at a compound annual growth rate of 5.23%. Sa earnings, Meralco grew at a compound annual growth rate of 10.3% over the past 10 years. And over the last 3 years, Meralco's earnings grew at a compound annual growth rate of 21.7%. So very strong ang earnings growth ng Meralco. Consistently positive din ang operating cash flow ng Meralco, and in most years, mas mataas kaysa sa net earnings niya, which is ideal. This means that the company is generating strong cash flow from its core business operations. Cash flow is important because it supports dividends, debt payments, and future expansion projects ng company. In terms of financial health, mataas ang debt-to-equity ratio ng Meralco. Nasa 109.81% sa ngayon. This is normal for utility and power companies like Meralco kasi capital-intensive ang business nila. The important thing is that Meralco generates strong and stable cash flows to support their investments. Mataas din ang interest coverage ratio niya at 8.3 times, which means Meralco is earning around 8.3 times its interest expense. So Meralco can cover its interest expenses at meron siyang large buffer for debt payments. And meron din siyang cash na 113 billion pesos. Sa dividend history, Meralco has been giving dividends for 28 years. So consistent dividend payer siya. Dividend yield at the price of 600 pesos is 4.67%. Mababa ang yield niya sa mga gusto ng high dividend yield stocks. Meralco is more of a dividend growth story. Hindi siya purely high yield dividend play like PLDT. Mataas pa rin naman ang yield on cost ko sa Meralco, nasa 7.4% kasi mababa ang average price ko. And nakailang average up din ako, kaya tumaas na rin ang average price ko to 380 pesos. Pero sa ngayon, sa pera na ako magdadagdag ng Meralco para tax-free ang dividends at makukuha ko ng buo yung 4.67%. Since 2021, tuloy-tuloy ang growth ng dividends ng Meralco. Ang 5-year compound annual growth rate sa dividend is 10.7%, while the 3-year compound annual growth rate is even higher at 16%. And from 2024 to 2025, dividend per share grew by 16.4%. Malaki ang growth sa dividend per share. Twice a year ang dividend payout niya, April and September. Dividend payout ratio from its earnings ay 61%. So Meralco's dividend payments are well covered by its earnings. Most of the data and visualizations used in this video are from Simply Wall Street. I like using Simply Wall Street for my own research, portfolio, and dividend tracking. Tama-tama meron silang ongoing promotion ngayon until the end of June. Kaya makakakuha ka ng malaking discount, 40% discount on your membership if you sign up for an account using my referral link in the description box below. Now, pag-usapan naman natin what could potentially drive the company's next phase of growth. First ay ang implementation of higher distribution rate under the first regulatory period from July 2026 to June 2030. Meralco's distribution rate has not been rebased since 2015. Under the new regulatory period, Meralco is proposing a higher distribution rate of around 2.34 pesos per kilowatt hour. So, ito yung maximum price compared to the current interim rate of 1.35 pesos per kilowatt hour. However, analysts don't expect the full increase to be approved immediately. Pero even a partial approval could still significantly boost Meralco's earnings. Base case ng Dragonfly is around 1.64 pesos per kilowatt hour for fiscal year 2027, below the proposed distribution rate but still 21% higher than the current interim rate. Another growth driver is the continued growth of Meralco's power generation business. Years ago, Meralco was heavily dependent on electricity distribution. Pero ngayon, power generation through MGen is becoming a larger contributor to earnings growth ng Meralco. MGen's contribution to consolidated earnings ng Meralco has increased significantly. So 33% in 2025 versus 7% lang noong 2021. One of the flagship projects under this expansion is the Mterra Solar Project. The Mterra Solar Project is set to become the Philippines' largest integrated solar PV and battery storage facility. Upon completion, the project is expected to deliver around 3,500 megawatts of solar capacity paired with 4,500 megawatt hours of battery storage. It is also expected to become one of the largest integrated solar and battery storage projects in Southeast Asia. For Meralco, projects like this could become an important long-term earnings driver as the company continues expanding beyond traditional electricity distribution into renewable energy and power generation. According to MGen, the first phase of the project remains on track for completion by August this year, with around 500 megawatts expected to go online after testing. The initial phase could eventually bring total capacity to around 750 megawatts, with an additional 1,000 megawatts expected in succeeding stages. Phase 1 is expected to begin commercial operations this year, while Phase 2 is also on track and is expected to be completed by December. Another growth driver for Meralco is MGen's expanding LNG or liquefied natural gas business. Through its investment in Pacific Light Power in Singapore, MGen has exposure to LNG-fired power plants that generate electricity using natural gas. Pacific Light Power currently operates two 400 megawatt LNG power plants and recently commissioned an additional 100 megawatt facility to provide ancillary services under a 25-year contract with Singapore's Energy Market Authority. Pacific Light Power was also awarded the right to develop a new hydrogen-ready power plant with a capacity of at least 600 megawatts, which is expected to begin commercial operations in 2029. This diversifies earnings of Meralco beyond the Philippines and provides another source of long-term growth through power generation and energy infrastructure. Overall, Meralco remains one of the defensive and stable companies in the Philippine market. Sa ngayon, merong tatlong key factors that could potentially drive Meralco's future growth. First is the approval of higher distribution rates under the new regulatory period. Kapag na-approve ito, this could help boost earnings ng Meralco. Second is the continued expansion of MGen, Meralco's power generation arm. This includes growth sa kanyang LNG and renewable energy projects such as Mterra Solar, which could become meaningful earnings contributors in the coming years. And pangatlo is dividend growth story. Hindi man siya highest yielding dividend stock sa ngayon, consistent naman ang dividend growth ng Meralco. Meron ding risk that could affect Meralco's profitability. Unang-una, pag na-delay or naging unfavorable ang outcome ng rate rebasing approval process. If the decision is delayed or the approved distribution rate is much lower than anticipated, pwedeng mas mababa ang increase sa potential earnings than what investors are hoping for. Pangalawa, electricity demand growth could slow down due to external factors such as weaker economic activity, weather variability, or increasing adoption of rooftop solar systems. Third, delays in major projects such as Mterra Solar or other MGen expansion initiatives could postpone future earnings contributions. Lastly, Meralco operates in a highly regulated industry. So kung merong changes sa government policies, regulations, or energy sector rules, this could impact the company's operations, profitability, and future investment plans. As always, I'd like to remind everyone that this video is for educational purposes only. Hindi ito financial advice. So always do your own research before investing. Dragonfly currently has a buy rating on Meralco. Ang target price nila is 700 pesos with a buy below price of 620 pesos. Bullish din ang MyTrade PH on Meralco and maintains a buy rating. Pero ang Call Financial has a hold rating on Meralco due to lower than expected earnings sa kanyang power distribution segment. Ang calculated intrinsic value ko ay 858 pesos at ang updated buy below price ko with 30% margin of safety is 600 pesos. If you want to invest sa dividend stocks or pera at wala ka pang account sa broker, you can sign up sa Dragonfly using my referral code MoneyWise. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.